So here are my recommendations when you are actually negotiating with a private seller, somebody that is already put their property for sale by themselves, like a FSBO, for sale by owner, or they're thinking about putting their house for sale. So I have some points here, so I'm going to go over that. The very first one and most important of all of them is that you do your homework right. And by that, I'm going to go over a few points that you need to know before you start even talking to the seller. So your homework is, you need to know the area. You need to know the ARV, that's the after repair value. You also need to know what the condition of the property is. If you don't know, you can always do it at the end when you are talking to the seller to let you see the property. But you need to be very knowledgeable about how much it will take to repair this property if you're thinking on flipping it. Or if you want to do wholesale as well, you also need to know this. This is very important. And also, find out what is the MAO, so the maximum allowable offer. That is part of my course, so it's something that you need to know how much money you want to make in this transaction. So this is very important. So while you're doing your homework, this is also part of number one, okay? Before you do anything else. So you need to be very, very knowledgeable about the area. Have exactly a number in your mind of what you want to offer the seller. But what I do with sellers, I ask a lot of questions. And this is very important because you really want to create a win-win situation for you and for the seller, so everybody walks out happy on the transaction. And the very first question, I have a few questions that I hear put in. So very simple, just ask them, why are you selling? And then you just remain silent and let them talk. Everybody has a story and you need to know why. And basically what you're doing is you want to identify urgency. Some sellers said, well, I just wanted to test the market and see what happened if I get any offers. And they're expecting the higher offer that they can get, and they're willing to wait. So they might not be the people that you really want to deal with because they do not have any urgency. Now, if people have going through divorce, or they have somebody that is ill, that they need the money right away, they're moving out of state, you don't know. You need to find out exactly what that is. And that will tell you what the urgency is. That is very important because urgency means a deal, a good deal for you. So you're going to make money on the flip. And they are going to get out of this deal quickly enough so they can move on with their life. So that's what is so important to find out. So the question is, why are you selling? And also ask them, are you going to be making any repairs? If you can see something that is very obvious, like the roof is one of the things that you can see right away, that it needs to be replaced, maybe the windows, or there's cracks, or maybe the driveway, it's in bad shape. There's many things that are very costly, and that's what is so important to know, what the repair is in your area, and that specific area where you're looking to buy. Because you can tell right away some of the bigger ticket items that that you're going to have to discount the house because there's work to be done. So that is so important. Some people say, yeah, you know what, before I sell it, I'm going to be repairing the roof or whatever is wrong with the house. So that they're expecting more money. If they are going to be selling as is, then that you're going to have more discounts for it. So find out if they are or they're planning to do any repairs in the property. Also ask them if they had any offers. If this is a FSBO, like for sale by owner, and it's been sitting in the market for a while. Maybe they got an offer that they didn't like. This is important because that will give you a clue of what are their expectations. So that is, ask them if they had any offers. Super important is to ask if they have any mortgages, any liens on the property, any other debts attached to it, because maybe that is the actual reason that they are selling, because they just don't want to deal with it. Also, if they have a problem tenant, some people, they'd say, you know what, I've been trying to get rid of this tenant for the longest time and I haven't been able to. Basically, they are selling their problem. So you need to find out, and you will do it very easily if you know that this property is rented and they are not allowing you to see the property because the tenants are difficult. Then that might be the cause that they are selling the property. So that is super important to find out if there's any legal issues. Next question is, how soon do you want to close? This is so important because some people, they say, oh, well, whenever I get the right offer, I will sell. They have no urgency. And it goes back to the few questions before, right? So if you already identified that there is an urgency, you can start by telling them that you want to close in 4 weeks. And maybe they say, well, you know, if you reduce the price by $10,000, maybe we can close in 3 weeks or something like that. So you'll have a little bit of leverage on how to, you know, close on this property if you have the answer. And this is another one as well. What is your bottom line price? And most sellers will not give you the actual bottom line, but then you have a baseline, somewhere to start with, to find out, okay, so why are they asking for this kind of price? And can I offer them less and give them a reason why? So that's very important. Another one is, are you open to negotiate on price or maybe other terms? You want to find out if they are flexible, if they want to work with you, right? Because at this point in the conversation, you really do have to have some rapport already built with this person to get this far. So it's so important to just find out and just ask them, can you be flexible? Also, another question that some sellers really don't understand is if they would consider to have a seller financing or lease options. And you need to explain to them exactly what that means, because some people are selling because they can no longer afford to be there and they need some cash flow. They don't have a lot of income coming in, and what they're looking for is to have a source of income. So if that is the case, you may structure something that it might be in their benefit and that you can really benefit yourself as well by doing a seller financing. And this will open opportunities just for them to take a look and see if they can do the close in a different way. The last question I think that I would ask is, what are your long-term plans after you sell the property? So this is important because that will give you some little insight in how you can structure the deal. If they are planning to travel or anything like that, or maybe they just, want to move on with their life because they're just divorced, then tell them how good this is going to be in a couple of weeks that we close and that you can move on to a new house. Something like that, so you can actually put that into the offer that you're making. So this is so important. So for all these questions, the biggest thing is that you really need to listen and understand why this is happening, and you can create with that a win-win situation that can help both the seller and you to make some good money. I hope this is helpful, and we'll see you soon. Bye.